Let's unbox the latest generation foldable, the OPPO Find N6 16GB plus 1TB satellite communication edition, and take a closer look at what it offers right out of the box. Right away, the protective film on the outside of the phone includes some useful information about the foldable display and its features. We'll get to the phone in a moment, but first let's set it aside and check out what else comes inside the package. Inside the box, the first thing you'll notice is the large circular camera module design shown on the phone, along with an 80-watt charging adapter. And interestingly, it's still a USB-A charger. Along with that, you get an A to C charging cable and the SIM ejector tool tucked neatly into the packaging. There's also a protective case included, and it actually looks really good. The case comes in two separate pieces. The top section is designed for the upper display, while the lower section covers the rest of the device. Compared to the typical plastic or transparent cases we often see, this one feels much more premium. The material resembles Kevlar, and it's impressively thin. It covers almost the entire phone while leaving the volume buttons and power button accessible. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Now let's finally take a look at the phone itself. This is my first time seeing the Find N6 in person, and if you look closely, you'll notice the screen in its unfolded state before it's been used much. When I run my finger across the display, the first thing I notice is the crease area in the center hinge. It's not completely flat like a solid sheet of glass, but the indentation is very subtle. When you touch the screen, it mostly feels like a continuous display, with only a slight ripple where the hinge sits. After folding and unfolding the phone a few times, you can take another look at the crease. At this point, it doesn't prove much yet, but the overall feel remains very smooth and consistent, similar to the first time I touched it. When opening the device, there's a small amount of outward resistance at the beginning. It's noticeable but very light. As the phone continues to unfold, there's another gentle push outward in the middle section. Then, toward the end of the motion, the hinge provides a stronger damping effect. If you open it just a little more at that point, the phone naturally snaps fully open. As for the hinge flexibility, the maximum hovering angle when the phone is opened sits roughly around this position, and when closing the phone slightly, the hinge can still hold itself at another angle as well. Overall, the hinge stability at different positions feels quite decent. Now, taking a look at the back of the device, the phone comes in a black finish with a frosted glass texture that gives it a clean and premium appearance. Taking a closer look at the back, the circular camera module now looks far more refined and visually appealing compared to the previous generation. The design feels more polished overall. One noticeable change is the dual-tone flash. On the earlier model, the flash was positioned within the module area, but on this version, it has been moved to the upper left corner. Interestingly, that upper left placement is somewhat reminiscent of the previous design language. If you remember the earlier model, the central area of the module was the key focus of the N3's camera design. The general camera layout itself hasn't changed much either. It still follows the familiar arrangement of ultra-wide, main, and telephoto lenses. However, this generation introduces something extra. Right here you can see it, the single lens original color sensor. Previously, the flash used to sit in that position, but now it has been relocated. By adding this additional lens, the phone aims to improve color accuracy in photos. Another noticeable change comes with the button layout, especially the mute switch. On the previous generation, the mute control was placed on the left side and used a 3-stage sliding mechanism. This time, it has moved to the right side and has been redesigned as a push-type button instead. Looking at the front, the design feels very similar to the N5. The frame appears quite straight and clean. If you look closely at this section here, you can see how straight the edges are. On the left side, around this area, the design follows almost the same approach as the previous generation. The front display itself is completely flat as well. It's not curved or designed with a special viewing shape, it's simply a flat screen. The hinge area also looks very clean, with no visible branding or markings, which is similar to how the previous generation handled it. Moving down to the bottom, you'll find the SIM card slot, the USB Type-C port, and the speaker. The speaker system appears to be split between two sections, the lower half located here and the upper half positioned above. It actually seems like the speaker chamber might be slightly larger than what we saw in the earlier generation. When the phone is folded, this is what the bezel width of the outer display looks like. Both sides feature rounded corners, and the overall screen size feels almost identical to the previous model. Once the device is unfolded, you can see the horizontal bezel of the inner display and the full size of the internal screen. Now let's check the weight. The previous generation N5 in the purple bark version weighed about 239.9 grams, and that measurement included the outer screen protector. This model also comes with an outer screen protector installed. The black version might end up being a little lighter, just like the previous generation where the black variant weighed around 232.4 grams. So that's a quick unboxing of the OPPO Find N6. One of the biggest complaints about the previous generation was its overall build quality. It didn't feel particularly impressive. However, with this generation, the texture and finish feel noticeably improved, especially around the camera module area. The design definitely looks more premium. At the same time, the overall styling almost feels like a blend between the N5 and the N3. Personally, though, aside from the black version, I think I might prefer some of the other color options. Those versions seem to show off the texture more clearly, while the black model feels a bit understated. So what do you think about the design? This was just a quick unboxing and first impressions video. I'll be posting a full detailed review on March 17th after the official launch. Stay tuned for that.